Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever you are. This is Robert Hain, Chief Operating Officer of the Academy, and today with me is Steve Gibson, the founder of the Academy, and we're here today to deliver another video about the themes that we have for the chapters every month. And this month theme or subject is about net profit. Last month we talked about the income statement, and part of that income statement is what is called the bottom line or the profit, the net profit. And that's maybe a question that I would like to ask Steve. Steve, what is called the bottom line?
Well, it's called the bottom line for a couple of reasons. First of all, this is a representation of the income statement, which, as you know, we discussed last month. And we have the sales, we have the cost of goods sold, gross profit minus expenses, and then that's the net profit. And so because it's on the bottom line of an income statement, it's called the bottom line. The other reason, there are several reasons, but another reason it's called the bottom line is that's why we're in business. We're in business to make money and have it fall to the bottom line, that is net profit. And the bottom line, are we making money in business or aren't we? Are we making friends? Are we making money? Are we paying ourselves a livable salary or not? And that's the bottom line. That means that's the kind of most important question we ask about business. Are we making money or are we not?
So sometimes people get very intense about sales or about production or about saving money on expenses. But in reality, if we're not making money at the end of the day, that really doesn't matter. That is true?
That's very true, yes.
So our concentration should be always on the net profit. Are we making money? So maybe that's the next question. So once we're making money, what do we do with that money?
Well, I think first of all, we pay our obligations. We pay for the products that we spent, but when we're really down to the bottom line, we will have paid ourselves a livable salary. And so then with the net profit, and that's why it's so important that we have net profit, we invest that net profit back in the business to grow the business, to make it sustainable, and to have money for when some months aren't as good as other months. So we need money in the business. So I think we keep net profit in the business, either in reserves to take advantage of opportunities or to grow the business.
Okay. So you already mentioned that one of the things that we can do with net profit is to pay a better salary for ourselves. Also maybe for our employees.
That's true.
We have a better retention of employees, or we have more motivated employees. What other things can we do?
Well, we can expand our inventory line.
So more product.
More product, yes. Either more of what's selling now or open up additional product lines. One of the things that was quite frustrating for Betty and I when we lived in the Philippines is many of the stores, when we would go, they would say, we're out of stock, we're out of stock. I think they were out of stock because they either didn't plan well or they didn't invest their net profit in additional inventory. So that's number one, I think, is increase inventory either through more profits, for more products or more of the same that are quick selling products.
And I think that takes us to this graph that we have today here. And that's explaining what do we do when we have more profits. One of the things that we can do is that we use that money to develop our business, and that's what we're saying.
Absolutely.
We can buy more products, we can invest on things that is going to make our business more profitable. The other thing that we can do is we can improve the quality of our products or the quality of the services that we're providing.
Absolutely. Good point.
And that's also for sure, and that's take us to the next circle, and for sure that will make our customer happier.
Absolutely.
And if we have a happy customer, for sure he's going to continue buying from us, and that's going to increase our profits, our bottom line. And by increasing our bottom line, then we can start going through the whole circle again.
The whole cycle again. Yes.
Okay.
And you know, when you speak of keeping the customer happy, again, I have a lot of experience in the States, but I have a lot of experience in the Philippines. And sometimes some small micro enterprise, small businesses, they think of that the reason the customer comes back is a personal relationship. Well, a personal relationship is important, but if we're not meeting the needs of the customer, it doesn't matter how personable we are, anything other than that, meeting the needs of the customer. And so using the bottom line to meet the needs of the customer, as you've said in this graph, is very, very important, Robert.
Excellent. Well, we have talked about things that we do with net profits. What recommendations do you have? What shouldn't we do with the money?
What shouldn't we do?
What shouldn't we do? What shouldn't we do with that extra money that we're getting every month?
Well, that's an excellent question. Again, I go back to my many friends in the Philippines, some which will be watching this. I believe that we should have an amount that we take out of the business every week. That's called the livable salary. And one thing we should not do with net profit is continue to increase that salary and increase it and increase it. I think we should leave the livable salary flat for several months as we build a business.
Okay.
So one thing is not to continue to be extravagant, to continue to increase the money that we bring home.
So the fact that we're making that more money doesn't mean that I'm going to spend all that money in my house or in my family, even though we should have a livable salary.
Yes.
But at the same time, it doesn't mean that it's time to go and start buying extra things for the family.
Well, that's true. And again, as we observe in these developing countries, is the fact that businesses continue to remain very small because they suck all the profits out of the business every week. And that's why we teach leave net profit. So leave net profit in the business to grow the business.
Okay, so it's to reinvest in the business.
And grow the business.
Okay.
Improve the business.
Improve the business. What about when I have extra money and I want to increase my inventory? What suggestions do you have in there?
Well, of course, I'm a great proponent of buy on credit and sell for cash. And so when we want to increase our inventory, we work with our suppliers, especially the ones that have supplied us for a long time, and see if we can get products on consignment. So when you want to talk about increasing inventory, I think getting inventory from the supplier, and consignment means we get it without paying for it, we buy it on credit, we sell it, and then we turn around and pay for it. And that's a way to increase. But then again, that's why we need net profit in the business, so that we can improve the business, grow the business.
Okay, Steve. Well, we invite you to have a good discussion today. Maybe one of the things that you can do is to start talking about, first of all, how can you increase your net profit? How can you increase that bottom line? And also, what are your barriers to get net profit?
That's correct. And that's a real good point that you bring up, Robert, and I'm excited. We would really like the chapters, wouldn't we? After this video is over, we'd like the chapters to discuss how they can increase net profit in their business. That's a great idea.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And the different areas of the income statement where you can say, okay, if I make changes here, this is going to reflect in the bottom line.
Absolutely.
Okay, and that's the most important part, increase the bottom line.
And that's the reason that we do an income statement, so we can watch those expenses and cut expenses where we need to, again, to bring more money to the bottom line.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. We desire all of you a lot of success. We desire that you can increase that bottom line so you can start taking more money home. And more importantly, not only that you can start investing in your own business. Thank you, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.